When is the good time to buy Bitcoin? It's very simple, guys. Going back to the monthly time frame, right? You start with the S&P 500, right? It's always about the S&P 500. You don't start with Bitcoin, right? You start with the S&P 500. You look at the monthly time frame, and you just look at the freaking MACD on the monthly, right? You wait for it to cross, right? And you can see that back in 2022, when Joe Biden was president and went through this very bad bear market, right? And basically the MACD told you to get the hell out and that everyone was going to get beeped. And that's basically what happened. But then look, it crossed here. And then that was in the same time that inflation was cooling down, right? The market is always forward looking. Never forget that. So it will always start going higher before the real economy. And it basically called at these levels that, hey, inflation's done, rates are going to normalize, the economy is not that bad, right? No more uncertainty, we're pushing right back up. And then when you're like, oh, okay, well, now obviously we're in a risk on environment. And when we're at the beginning, that's when you want to start layering in, like me. So now afterwards, when you know that, okay, we're in a risk on environment again, then you go into risk assets like Bitcoin. All right, it's that simple. And that's literally what can make you so much money if you just want to long-term swing trade the market, right? You don't want to get in out every day on the market or every week, but you want to trade the presidential cycle, which I like to do for my parents, right? For their retirement account, because I'm not going to start scalping or day trading for them, right? That's ridiculous. But right here, I put a line for you guys. That was basically when the MACD of the S&P 500 crossed bullish, right? And then this is when you start waiting for little dips and you start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. And then if I put the weekly time frame and I use my new indicator I coded with AI, which is called DCA Smart, it basically tells you when to start buying it. Ironically, right, it started telling you to buy a little bit before and it ended up being correct. But at the end of the day, you don't know that, right? So you just wait for the SPY on the monthly to confirm we're now in a risk on environment. Then you go on the weekly or daily time frame of Bitcoin or any other type of risk assets, Tesla, Solana, right? And you go on the daily and weekly time frame with a dollar cost averaging systematic indicator that starts giving you buy signals. And then you just wait. And then when everything matches, okay, well, I'm going to start buying right here where there's these green arrows, right? Because now I know that the environment has now shifted back to risk on. So that's when you start buying like me back in 2023. You could have done the exact same as well with Solana, guys. And you would have basically started buying right here, right? Right here, where there's this white line right here. That's a trend line when everything shifted back bullish. And then you just start dollar cost averaging where there's these green arrow and you just listen to a DCA smart strategy. And by the way, I'm going to give this 100% for free. And you can see that if you had just listened to the system, you would have bought the actual bottom. And despite this entire drawdown that Solana is doing right now, and it's starting to look like a head and shoulder, by the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a nice push. Obviously, if that does happen, just keep an eye on the weekly MACD, and then it's gonna fade, and most likely we're just gonna go back to these lower level. So I wouldn't be surprised, just saying. But going back to what I was talking about, right? You would still be up 498% if you had bought right here listening to this systematic DCA indicator, right? So hopefully this helps. I will be giving that for free to all of you guys. And then again, guys, same thing with Tesla, right? My biggest fumble. I've never lost so much unrealized gains in my life. Look at this, guys. It told you to buy every single time we were at the bottom. And then again, you start buying risk on assets right here, guys, right? When the SPY itself is telling you, hey, we're now entering the early bull, we're done with the bear market. And then you just start buying when there's green arrows that flash a buy signal. So hopefully that helps, guys. That's all. Just wanted to go in detail when it comes to these type of things. Obviously not financial advice, for educational purposes, but this works, guys. And this is basically the way I like to tackle bear markets when we enter downturns. And that's where the money is made. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully you watch this video. It's a very good video to just understand simple long-term investment strategies, right, that can make you a lot of money. And you can see you'd still be up 34% on Tesla despite basically the stock crashing, right? So you'd still be up a lot of money. And obviously right now it's not flashing a buy signal yet. This is why I'm not buying, by the way, and I'm not adding. I'm going to be listening to these new indicators I've been coding, and they've been extremely accurate. So there's no reason for me to, continue doing the mistakes I was doing, especially with Tesla. My biggest mistake was not just not taking profit like a moron. I added here, guys, at 330, 350. And for a month, man, I was a super genius. Shit, we went to almost $500, but then we crashed. And this right here, this effed up my average. That's why I had to start reducing right here. And I knew it was going to continue falling because of the way Elon is acting. And yeah, just before I leave, I wanted to talk about Elon. Basically, he's not going to pivot. He's been very vocal about that, and that's a problem. So right now today, nice bounce in the price. Personally, I will not be adding until we go to way lower levels and my DCA Smart indicator basically starts telling me to buy. And I will make videos, guys, when I double my position, because I intend to double back again in Tesla when the time is right. So hopefully this video helps you guys just understand when being risk on and risk off. And don't be scared. I know it's hard, but man, in the next coming months, if I'm right, I hope I'm wrong, but if I am correct, my God, you're not going to want to buy, even myself probably. And this is why it's so important to have an actual systematic indicator that just starts telling you, okay, buy here, just shut up and buy, right? And afterwards, I'm seeing V-shaped recoveries everywhere. It's going to be a great buying opportunity. So hopefully this helps, just having the proper mindset entering a bear market. If I am correct, I hope I'm wrong. If I am, you'll see it with the weekly volume weighted MACD. All right, it's going to cross back positive and most likely will have a nice relief rally to the upside. In my humble opinion, it will be faded though. So do be careful, and then we're going to enter a bear market. So for me personally, I do believe I will be correct on the bear market, but I just hope it doesn't happen too early and that we can push it a couple of months further so we can all have more time to take advantage of it. All right, take care, guys. Hopefully it helps. Have a great day. God bless you.